Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I want you to take a moment and really think about how you're living your life right now. Are you truly happy? Do you feel valued, respected, and cherished? If you're here, I'm guessing the answer might be no, but I'm here to tell you that all of that can change. Today, we're going to talk about how you can transform your life so that men will start treating you like the queen you truly are. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably rolling your eyes, thinking, here we go again, another person telling me how to live my life. But I want you to hear me out. This isn't about changing who you are at your core. It's about embracing your true self and learning how to project that to the world in a way that demands respect and admiration. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I was in your shoes. I felt invisible, undervalued, and frankly, a bit lost. I was constantly seeking validation from others, especially from men. I thought that if I could just be prettier, smarter, or more accomplished, then maybe, just maybe, I'd be worthy of being treated well. But you know what? I was looking at it all wrong. The truth is, we teach people how to treat us. Every interaction, every relationship, every encounter, there are all opportunities for us to set the standard for how we expect to be treated. And that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to dive deep into the strategies and mindset shifts that will help you command respect, admiration, and yes, even adoration from the men in your life. But before we get into the nitty gritty, I want to make one thing crystal clear. This isn't about manipulating anyone. It's not about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about becoming the best version of yourself and refusing to settle for anything less than what you deserve. So, are you ready? Are you ready to embark on this journey of self discovery and empowerment? Are you ready to start living life on your own terms and being treated like the queen you are? If your answer is yes, then buckle up because we're about to change your life. Well, let's start with the foundation of it all, self love. Now, I know that phrase gets thrown around a lot these days, but there's a reason for that. It's because it's absolutely crucial. You see, before anyone else can treat you like a queen, you need to see yourself as one. And that starts with loving yourself, flaws. Think about it this way. If you don't value yourself, how can you expect others to value you? If you're constantly putting yourself down, criticizing your appearance, or doubting your abilities, you're sending a clear message to the world that you're not worthy of respect. And trust me, people pick up on that energy. So, how do we start cultivating self love? It begins with self awareness. You need to take a good, hard look at yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your dreams, and your fears. Get to know yourself intimately. What makes you tick? What lights you up? What are your non negotiables in life? Once you have a clear understanding of who you are, it's time to start accepting and embracing that person. This doesn't mean you can't strive for self improvement. It simply means that you love and respect yourself enough to know that you're worthy of love and respect right now, exactly as you. One powerful exercise I like to use is the mirror exercise. Every morning, I want you to stand in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and say, I love you. You are worthy. You are enough. Now, I know this might feel awkward or even silly at first. You might not believe the words you're saying, but I want you to do it anyway. Do it every single day without fail. Over time, you'll start to internalize these affirmations, they'll become a part of your belief system. Another crucial aspect of self love is self care. And I'm not just talking about bubble baths and face masks, although those can certainly be a part of it. I'm talking about truly taking care of yourself on all levels, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. This means nourishing your body with healthy food and regular exercise. It means setting boundaries and saying no to things that don't serve you. It means pursuing your passions and investing in your personal growth. It means taking time for rest and relaxation without feeling guilty about it. When you start prioritizing your own well being, something magical happens. You start to radiate a certain energy, an energy of self assurance and self respect. And let me tell you, that energy is magnetic. People are drawn to it, they can't help but take notice. Now, let's talk about confidence. Confidence is like a magnet for respect. When you walk into a room exuding confidence, people sit up and take notice. They want to know more about you. They want to be around you. And yes, men will start treating you differently. But here's the thing about confidence, it's not something you're born with, it's something you cultivate. It's a skill that you can develop and strengthen over time. And it starts with your thoughts. You see, our thoughts shape our reality. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve respect, or that you'll never be treated well, guess what? That's exactly what you'll manifest in your life. But if you start shifting those thoughts, if you start believing in yourself and your worth, your whole world will start to change. One powerful way to build confidence is through positive self talk. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you focusing on your flaws and shortcomings? If so, it's time to change that narrative. Start by catching those negative thoughts when they pop up. When you notice yourself thinking something negative about yourself, pause, take a deep breath, then consciously replace that thought with a positive one. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm so stupid, I can't do anything right, replace it with, I'm learning and growing every day. I have the ability to overcome challenges. This might feel forced or inauthentic at first. That's okay. Keep doing it anyway. Over time, these positive thoughts will become more natural. They'll start to overpower the negative ones. And as your inner dialogue becomes more positive, your confidence will grow. Another powerful confidence boosting technique is to celebrate your wins, no matter how small they might seem. Did you speak up in a meeting today? Celebrate that. Did you try a new recipe and it turned out well? Celebrate that. Did you finally clean out that junk drawer you've been avoiding? Celebrate that too. By acknowledging and celebrating your accomplishments, you're reinforcing the belief that you are capable and competent. You're building evidence that supports your confidence. And the more evidence you have, the stronger your confidence becomes. Now, let's talk about body language. Your body language speaks volumes before you even open your mouth. It can either command respect or invite disrespect. And the beautiful thing is, you have complete control over it. Start by paying attention to your posture. Are you hunching your shoulders, crossing your arms, or making yourself small? These closed off postures send a message of insecurity and defensiveness. Instead, try standing tall with your shoulders back and your chin up. Take up space. This open posture exudes confidence and demands respect. Make eye contact when you're speaking to someone. This shows that you're engaged, confident, and worthy of their attention. Practice speaking clearly and at a measured pace. Avoid rushing your words or speaking too softly. Your voice is a powerful tool. Use it to your advantage. And here's a little secret. Even if you're not feeling confident on the inside, acting confident on the outside can actually boost your internal confidence. It's a phenomenon known as fake it till you make it. By adopting confident body language, you're actually signaling to your brain that you are confident, and over time, your brain will start to believe it. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about boundaries. Setting and maintaining healthy boundaries is absolutely crucial if you want to be treated like a queen. Boundaries are essentially the rules of engagement for how you allow others to treat you. They define what's acceptable and what's not in your relationships. Many of us, especially women, struggle with setting boundaries. We're often conditioned to be people pleasers, to put others' needs before our own. We worry that if we set boundaries, we'll be seen as difficult or selfish. But here's the truth: setting boundaries is not selfish, it's self respect. Think about it this way: a queen doesn't allow just anyone into her castle, right? She has guards, she has rules, she has standards. And that's exactly what your boundaries are. They're the guards that protect your emotional and mental well being. So, how do you start setting boundaries? It begins with getting clear on your values and what's important to you. What are your deal breakers in relationships? What behaviors will you not tolerate? What do you need to feel respected and valued? Once you're clear on these things, the next step is to communicate them clearly and assertively. This doesn't mean you need to be aggressive or confrontational. You can be firm and kind at the same time. Use I statements to express your needs and feelings. For example, instead of saying you are always late and it's so disrespectful, you could say, I feel disrespected when plans aren't kept. Remember, you're not asking for permission to have boundaries. You're simply informing others of what you will and won't accept in your life. And here's the crucial part: you must be willing to enforce these boundaries. If someone repeatedly disrespects your boundaries, you need to be prepared to walk away. This might seem harsh, but it's necessary, because if you don't respect your own boundaries, no one else will either. Now, I want to address something that often comes up when we talk about being treated like a queen. Some people might say, but isn't that expecting too much? Isn't that being high maintenance? And to that, I say, absolutely not. Expecting to be treated with respect, kindness, and consideration is not high maintenance. It's the bare minimum. You are not asking for too much by expecting to be valued and cherished. In fact, I would argue that you're not asking for enough if you're willing to settle for anything less. But here's the thing, you can't expect others to treat you like a queen if you're not treating yourself like one first. This goes back to what we talked about earlier, self love and self respect. Are you honoring your own needs? Are you prioritizing your own well being? Are you speaking to yourself with kindness and respect? If you're constantly putting yourself last, sacrificing your own needs for others, or allowing people to treat you poorly, you're sending a clear message that you don't value yourself. And if you don't value yourself, why should anyone else? So I want you to start treating yourself like the queen you are. This means taking care of yourself, honoring your needs, and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. It means investing in your own growth and happiness. It means making decisions that align with your values and goals, even if they're not popular with others. When you start treating yourself like a queen, you set the standard for how others should treat you. You show the world that you know your worth and you're not afraid to demand it. And trust me, when you start doing this, people will take notice. They'll start treating you differently. They'll start seeing you as the queen you truly are. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to commanding respect and being treated well, your circle of influence. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on how you see yourself and how others see you. If you're constantly around people who put you down, who don't respect your boundaries, or who treat you poorly, it's going to be much harder for you to maintain that queen like energy. And you're going to remain a zombie to yourself. Zombies are just not queens to my mind. So it's time to take a good hard look at your social circle. Are the people in your life lifting you up or bringing you down? Are they supporting your growth or holding you back? Are they respecting your boundaries or constantly pushing them? This might be a difficult process, but it's necessary. You may need to distance yourself from some people. You may even need to cut ties completely with others, and that's okay. Remember, you're not obligated to keep people in your life who don't treat you with respect and kindness. Instead, focus on cultivating relationships with people who inspire you, who support you, who challenge you to be your best self. Seek out people who have the kind of relationships you want to have. Surround yourself with individuals who treat others with respect and kindness. And here's a little secret. When you start raising your standards and associating with people who treat you well, it becomes much easier to spot and avoid those who don't. Your tolerance for disrespect and poor treatment will naturally decrease. Now, let's address something that often comes up when we talk about being treated like a queen, the fear of being alone. Many people, especially women, stay in unfulfilling relationships or tolerate poor treatment because they're afraid of being alone. They think that having someone, anyone, but I'm here to tell you that this couldn't be further from the truth. Being alone is far better than being with someone who doesn't value you, who doesn't respect you, who doesn't treat you like the queen you are. Because when you're with someone who treats you poorly, you're not really in a relationship, you're in a prison. You're trapped by your own fear and insecurity. Embracing solitude can be incredibly empowering. It gives you the space to focus on yourself, to grow, to discover what you truly want and need in a relationship. It allows you to build a life that you love, independent of anyone else. And when you do that, when you create a life that you're truly happy with on your own, you become magnetic. You attract people who want to add to your happiness, not those who are looking for you to complete them. Remember, a queen doesn't need a king to rule her kingdom. She's perfectly capable of ruling on her own. A partner should be someone who complements your life, not completes it. They should add value, not fill a void. So I want you to start embracing your independence. Start enjoying your own company. Take yourself out on dates. Travel solo. Pursue your passions. Build a life that excites you. Because when you do that, you'll find that you naturally start attracting people who match your energy, who respect your independence, who treat you like the queen you are. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial in any relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, or professional: communication. Effective communication is key to ensuring that you're treated with respect and consideration. It's how you express your needs, set your boundaries, and build meaningful connections with others. But here's the thing: many of us were never taught how to communicate effectively. We might struggle to express our feelings, avoid conflict at all costs, or lash out when we feel hurt or angry. None of these communication styles are conducive to being treated like a queen. So, how do we improve our communication skills? It starts with being clear and direct. Don't hint at what you want or expect others to read your mind. Be specific about your needs and expectations. Use I statements to express your feelings without blaming or attacking the other person. For example, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," try saying, "I feel unheard when I'm interrupted." It's important to me that we both have a chance to express ourselves fully. Practice active listening. This means truly hearing what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Show that you're engaged by maintaining eye contact, nodding, and providing verbal cues like "I see" or "go on." When they're finished speaking, try paraphrasing what they've said to ensure you've understood correctly. Learn to be assertive without being aggressive. Assertiveness is about standing up for yourself and your needs while still respecting others. It's not about winning or dominating, but about finding mutually beneficial solutions. Remember, a queen doesn't need to raise her voice or use force to be heard. Her words carry weight because she speaks with clarity and conviction. And here's a crucial point: learn to say no. Many of us, especially women, have been conditioned to always say yes, to always be agreeable. But saying yes to everything means saying no to yourself. It means compromising your own needs and boundaries. A queen knows that her time and energy are valuable resources. She's selective about where she invests them. Saying no doesn't make you difficult or unlikable. In fact, it often commands more respect. People respect those who have clear boundaries and who value themselves enough to protect their time and energy. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to commanding respect and being treated well: your relationship with yourself. How you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, how you view yourself. All of these things have a profound impact on how others treat you. Think about it this way: if you're constantly putting yourself down, criticizing your appearance, doubting your abilities, or tolerating your own bad behavior, you're essentially teaching others that it's okay to treat you that way. You're setting the bar low for how you expect to be treated. So I want you to start paying attention to your self talk. How do you speak to yourself when you make a mistake? How do you react when you look in the mirror? What kind of internal dialogue do you have throughout the day? If you find that your self talk is overwhelmingly negative, it's time to make a change. Start treating yourself with the same kindness and respect that you'd offer to a good friend. When you make a mistake, instead of berating yourself, try saying something like, "It's okay, everyone makes mistakes. What can I learn from this?" Practice self compassion. This means treating yourself with kindness and understanding, especially in moments of difficulty or failure. It means recognizing that imperfection is a part of the human experience. It doesn't mean making excuses for bad behavior, but it does mean giving yourself grace and the opportunity to learn and grow. Start celebrating your victories, no matter how small. Did you get out of bed on time this morning? Celebrate that. Did you speak up in a meeting even though you were nervous? Celebrate that. Did you try a new recipe and it turned out well? Celebrate that too. By acknowledging and celebrating your accomplishments, you're reinforcing your own worth. And here's something crucial: start keeping your promises to yourself. If you say you're going to work out 3 times a week, do it. If you say you're going to start a new hobby, follow through. Treat the commitments you make to yourself with the same importance as the commitments you make to others. Because when you start honoring your word to yourself, you're showing yourself that you are worthy of respect and consideration. Remember, the relationship you have with yourself sets the tone for every other relationship in your life. When you treat yourself like a queen with kindness, respect, and consideration, you're setting the standard for how others should treat you. Now, let's talk about something that's often misunderstood when it comes to being treated like a queen: vulnerability. Many people think that to command respect and be treated well, they need to be tough, unbreakable, and never show any weakness. but that couldn't be further from the truth. True strength lies in the ability to be vulnerable. It takes courage to open up, to show your true self, to admit when you're struggling or when you need help. And that kind of courage is incredibly attractive and respect worthy. Um, you see, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you're showing that you're secure enough in yourself to let others see your true self. You're demonstrating that you don't need to put up a facade or pretend to be perfect. And that kind of authenticity is magnetic. But here's the key: vulnerability doesn't mean oversharing with everyone you meet or wearing your heart on your sleeve at all times. It's about being genuine and authentic with the right people in the right situations. It's about letting your guard down with those who have earned your trust. Vulnerability also means being honest about your feelings and needs. If something is bothering you, express it. If you need support, ask for it. If you're feeling hurt or upset, communicate that. Don't expect others to read your mind or figure out what you need. A queen isn't afraid to express her feelings or ask for what she needs. And here's something crucial: vulnerability includes the ability to admit when you're wrong and to apologize sincerely. This doesn't diminish your power or make you less of a queen. In fact, it does the opposite. It shows that you're secure enough in yourself to acknowledge your mistakes and take responsibility for your actions. And now let's talk about something that's absolutely crucial if you want to be treated like a queen: your sense of purpose. A queen isn't just sitting on her throne waiting for things to happen. She has a vision, a mission, something she's passionate about and working towards. Having a sense of purpose gives your life direction and meaning. It gives you something to focus on beyond just your relationships or how others treat you. And when you're focused on your purpose, when you're working towards your goals and dreams, you naturally become more attractive and respectable. And think about it. Have you ever met someone who was passionate about something, who had big dreams and was actively working towards them? Didn't you find them incredibly magnetic and inspiring? That's the power of purpose. So I want you to take some time to really think about what you want out of life. What are your dreams? What kind of impact do you want to make in the world? What lights you up and makes you excited to get out of bed in the morning? Maybe you want to start your own business. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you want to make a difference in your community. Whatever it is, get clear on it, write it down, make a plan, and then start taking action towards those goals, even if it's just small steps at first. Because when you're actively pursuing your dreams and working towards your goals, you start radiating a different kind of energy. You become more confident, more fulfilled, more interesting, and people notice that. They're drawn to it. And moreover, when you have a strong sense of purpose, you're less likely to tolerate poor treatment or settle for less than you deserve, because you know that you have important things to do, important goals to achieve. You don't have time or energy to waste on people or situations that don't align with your vision for your life.